Diablo 4 has some of the worst character designs in history. I think the developers looked out the window in California and saw the women there, and they thought that that's how they look like on the rest of the world. So they put them into the game. Now, as you can see with the character editor, the problem isn't necessarily that the women are ugly, is that they use the male physique in order to describe the female. Again, it's just like California, but unfortunately, California is not like the rest of the world, okay? Like, there are other places. You should travel, developers. Get on a train, get on a plane, like, go somewhere else, visit the world. Go on Google. Go Google and look at how women look like in other places. Megan Fox is an example. Like, apparently the game developers couldn't tinker with her settings, because then she probably wouldn't be as popular as she is. But this is something that I found very interesting, fascinating actually, right? So the developers go out of their way to masculinize the characters, like they pump them with testosterone, and it's not just in Blizzard and Diablo. They do that in Marvel Comics. Like they just chug the testosterone bottle down the throat. And they come up with like women that have like very strong jawlines, broad shoulders, like really masculine physiques. But then, like, when they sell something to the public, like a t-shirt, like one of those statuettes that you can purchase, an action figure, right? All of a sudden, it's ushikushi. All of a sudden, they remind themselves that there is a thing called beauty. And it seems that it's the same with Diablo. Like, they chose Megan Fox, right? They didn't chose someone else from California. And before Megan Fox is from California. Now, that's not a fucking point. It's a metaphor. California is a place in your head, okay? It's not real. Doesn't exist. Before Diablo 4, and of course the game journalist. Oh my god, like the game journalist up in arms, like how dare a corporation not listen to us? Despite the outrage, there's nothing wrong with good-looking women promoting video games. The problem is how. Yes, the gamer is becoming the church. Okay, when you pray, you should pray to the gamer. They give you wisdom, guidance, and the light. The gamer is actually trying to go on the path of Vox, BuzzFeed, and Polygon all in one. I do wonder, when those places lost money, did the gamer hire some of the journalists from there? Because they seem to be suffering from a mental illness. Like, they seem to be suffering from an illness. Not one of the body, one of the mind. Like, how can you write shit like this, okay? Like, there is an actual human being who watched a commercial, and then they thought, oh, I need to lecture the masses. Let me preach. I will tell you as a figure of authority why it is wrong, okay? It's not her opinion, or whomever wrote this. No, it is the fact. America is going to dictate how to make commercials for video games by using women. Of course, this person should contact Matt Walsh and respond what is a woman. Matt Walsh is still uneducated on the subject, but it appears that a journalist from the gamer knows what a woman is, so maybe they can help Matt Walsh out. Now, Megan Fox stands before us in her underwear, telling in a sultry, slightly dissatisfied tone that Diablo 4 has buckets of blood. False advertising. The game doesn't have buckets, or doesn't even have dismemberment. Horrible. She also encourages players to send in their best deaths for her to eulogize, where she'll decide if you went out like a champion or a champ. It's a pretty classic case of hiring a hot girl to promote a video game with an on-the-nose obliviousness we haven't seen since the day of boof babes. Yeah, I mean, now is the day of Twitch, right? Now is the day of OnlyFans. Like before, only a couple of women got to be boof babes. Now, your daughter too can sell pictures of her boobs to strangers on the internet. Very progressive, right? Funny how, like, they don't complain about OnlyFans. Funny how they don't complain about Twitch, right? Like, that is perfect, okay? That is the way forward. That is where the revolution, the social justice machine has pushed us towards. That's what makes the gamer happy. However, boof babes, horrible, regressive, capitalistic, yes. You need to give your money to Jeff Bezos. Do not give your money to the boof babes. Obviously, there's no need to intellectualize your horniness here. Look, I can watch beauty without getting a boner Like, I genuinely, like, do not understand these video game journalists. If you take them in front of a statue of Venus, do they need to whoop out their cock and spank it right there? Like, you can look at a beautiful woman without, like, oh my god, oh, so hot, so hot. Like, I'm not an animal, all right? Despite the fact that I look like a troll, there is a human behind the avatar. I know it's hard to grasp, but there is. And I can control myself, lady. I have the power of self-control. Jesus, like, these video game journalists, do they go out or do they just stay indoors and they imagine how other people are like? No wonder, like, progressives can't write stories for shit. Like, did you see the dialogue in some of the progressive movies? Like, they literally cannot write. They do not know how human beings talk, and it's because they do not know how human beings are. They legitimately think that if you see a boof babe, like, you can't control yourself. You go insane. It's like, I think it's kind of like a reverse Sharia, isn't it? Right? Like in Islam, they cover women up, but progressives cover the eyes of men. Like, make sure that the male gaze does not penetrate. Obviously, there's no need to intellectualize your horniness here. Megan Fox has been hired because she is recognizable hot girl. Not just that she is clearly physically attractive, but for her late 20s to early 30s audience, she is the quintessential hot girl. They had on posters in their bedrooms. Motherfucker, we didn't have posters since, like, what? Like, like, having posters in your bed. First of all, like, that's a woman thing, isn't it? But secondly, we have wallpapers now. We have phones. We can put... And of Megan Fox? Really? I mean, if it was of Gargura or something, I would understand. But, like, come on. It's not rocket science. It comes from the same school of thought as the Nude Raider urban legend, the stickers of near naked ladies you used to get with gaming magazines. Oh yeah, you know, like a time when gaming was actually good, when games launched and actually worked. Do you remember that? I remember. Megan Fox is there to be a hot girl for men to look at and desire. Horrible, I know. Oh my god, men desiring things. Oh, we need to ban. Given how much more inclusive gaming has become, holy shit. Not as a generic buzzword, but as a tangible demographic. Listen, you game journalists. Yeah, I wanted to use an insult. And I thought about the worst thing ever, game journalist, but unfortunately, it actually fits. I don't think, like, this person will actually get insulted because they happen to be. Who gives a fuck? We're talking about Diablo. Like if you play Diablo, heaven forbid, I don't know why you would do that, but like if you play Diablo, right? And another player comes up, and I would say, listen, I will give you $500 if you can guess the correct gender of this player, and you know nothing about them. It's just like a random person come up. How much do you want to bet that you can easily take my cash? Statistically speaking, like how likely you are to guess the gender. You're playing Diablo. Another person comes in. And I like, if you guess the gender, $500. Would you be able to do it? I think I would be able to do it. Probably more than 9 out of 10 times. I would be very able to do it. But I have superpowers, okay? Like, I'm like the magic man using statistics. And I can predict reality based on statistics. This is why I'm not a game journalist. I'm a YouTuber. I'm an elevated being. But yeah, so it's not just men playing video games anymore. Yeah, so like, okay. So if something else besides men starts playing video games, does that mean that men need to suffer? Like if something exists that men created, right? Because men created video games. Carmack and other people, right? And the thing is there. Like, it is there for other people to join. You're telling me that if other people join, okay, well, men can't have fun anymore. Like, we can't have commercials that appeal to men anymore. Why not? I mean, look, it's kind of like if women create a thing, like, I don't know, Twilight. Okay, like, women create Twilight and women enjoy it. Now, there are some men who also like Twilight. But would that mean that, oh, okay, well, now that men like Twilight, we need to make sure that it doesn't appeal to women. Like, we can't have commercials that women like. What the fuck is with this logic? It's just like, okay, so not only that, you are suggesting that women cannot look at the commercial with Megan Fox? Is this what we're going with? Like, is it? Probably. How many hits to the head do you need to have to write something like this? Like, do you ladies in the chat, because I know I have female subscribers. Like, I see the statistics. Not many, but I do. Are you incapable of watching a commercial with Megan Fox promoting Diablo 4? Do you feel uncomfortable? Why? I don't think they feel uncomfortable. I feel like beautiful women in commercials has been a thing for quite a while because women don't care. Like, they can watch that. But anyway, right, so some men will tell you that things have already gone too far, that games are too woke. No, you think? I mean, look at the character editor in Diablo. I wouldn't even say that games are too woke. I would say that games aren't functioning. I mean, we're talking about a game that burned graphics card away from people. Cope and seed harder. Oh my god, it's the GPU's productor's fault. Yes, it is, but it's also the company for not fucking beta testing their game. Cope and seed, that's what I'm telling you. If I hear one more person saying like, oh, well, Blizzard did nothing wrong, why should they test their game? Why should they? They should just put it for the market. Put it for the market and burn away their graphic card. Fucking hell. Anyway, the protagonist of the biggest game released, fewer men than other two, but still predominantly men. We can see that's not really true. What do you care? What do you care? It's like, oh, let's talk about people who read books, but the cock and the pussy! The cock and the... Do they have a cock? Do they have a pussy? Oh, we can't even talk about that. How did they identify? How did the kindergarten teacher identifies the player so that we can know? You know, I suggest that all men who play Diablo identify as women, and then all of a sudden this conversation is closed. It's like, well, it's like the men who identify as women, like Megan Fox. Go on, checkmate. Checkmate, journalist. What are you going to do? Are you going to talk shit? You're not going to talk shit. You're going to shut the fuck up, right? Because otherwise you're transphobic. That's what I'm doing. From now on, when I play Diablo, I identify as a woman. And I like the Megan Fox commercial. I'm kidding. I would not play this shitty game. Like, imagine doing that. You can bring 100 Megan Foxes. I am not touching this game because it's ugly. It is ugly. Ugly as a... Meanwhile, the Chad Korean that supports diversity with the Lost Ark. The Lost Ark. Oh, I give my money to diversity. Why would I give my money to the white man in California? I don't give my money to the white man in California. I give my money to the Korean man. The Korean game developer which knows how to please me. He slaves on top of a hot computer thinking how to take my money. And you know what? He actually does it. Imagine the advert plays out the other way, but instead of Megan Fox, it's Lilith, the game's antagonist. Lilith has an hourglass figure, a foreboding frame, her femininity heightened. Oh, then I would actually buy the game. Unironically, if you made Lilith hot, I would buy the game. I'm a simple man. I like tits and violence in my fantasy. It's not hard to please me. This is very easy, right? You provide both, I will buy your game. You take my money. A new character, everything would be fixed. Even Fox, dressed as Lilith, would change the context. Many of those voices dismissing the portrayal of Fox as sexist all abroad the Dimitrescu Express. I mean, Resident Evil, Dimitrescu. What more do you need to say? I imagine it was ADD's virality which led to Blizzard promoting taking this direction. Alright. The character has to be along for the ride. Whether it is Lady Dimitrescu who lures men to their death, or Lilith who fuels your base's desires to corrupt you. Both of these characters use sexuality to dominate others. Lilith cannot use sexuality for shit. Do you need glasses? Look how she look at this. Look at it. This thing cannot use sexuality. It is incapable. It just does not work. Fuck are you talking about? This thing uses sexuality? How? Oh, Dios mío. Well, maybe you're a blind person. But even then, Fox, on the other hand, has been hired to look pretty. She is objectified, and her character, oh my fucking god, are you going to cry for Megan Fox? Yes, I'm sure Megan Fox is so oppressed with her bags of money. Oh my god, it's so hard. I wish I could make money just by appearing in a commercial and just looking pretty. Why can't I get money for that? Objectify me. Journalist, hey, objectify me. I'm willing to. How much are you going to pay? I will allow you to objectify me however you want. You can objectify me 24/7 as long as you give me cash. I will not even charge as much as Megan Fox, but I can be your object. I will allow you to objectify me. She is objectified, and her character, this fictional sexual version of herself, is powerless in this situation. Oh my fucking god, they made Megan Fox power. It's all about power, you know? Like the moment you don't have power, what are you? A person with bags of cash, according to Megan Fox. It has been an unfortunate theme throughout Fox's career. Oh my god, her role often reduced to bimbo. Oh. Typecast then thrown out. Fox was rarely treated as anything more than Blizzard sees her, a hot girl who will get attention. You know what? If this attacks Blizzard, I will take it. Yes, Blizzard is a misogynistic company. filthy comedy. Look what they did to Megan Fox. You have me on board now. I will take literally any ammunition that I can throw at Blizzard. Any ammunition. There is a world where Blizzard could have used Megan Fox to hit each demographic. She's openly bisexual and raises children without gender. Oh my fuck. Okay, enough. You will not hit my demographic with Megan Fox. No, I'm sorry. The game is too shit. Like you can hit my demographic by making a good game that doesn't burn graphics cards. Cope and seed. Go in the comment section and be like, oh, it's not Blizzard. Cope and seed. See you in the comment section. Take care.